September of 2022 would have marked 7 years of me being a vegetarian. And I think in all those years of me not eating meat, the question that I've been asked the most is why? Why would you make yourself suffer that much? Why would you give up meat? Meat is it's so yummy. It tastes amazing. And I think like the quickest and simplest answer that I would give is just, it's a lifestyle choice. It's just a lifestyle choice. Because I didn't want to go in depth in explaining why I made that decision every time I was having a meal with someone. Like every time I would have a meal, I would be asked, why are you vegetarian? Why would anyone make that decision? And in this video, I will be explaining just that. I will be giving an in-depth explanation of why I decided to become vegetarian. So stay tuned.
On the block, and it's hot in Helena. Fuck with stripes, live to die on the cover. Stunt man with the tricks, I'm a stunner.
Hi there, I'm Cheesecop Rapunzel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much for your support. And if you're new here, welcome to the tower. Don't be shy, feel free to subscribe and go ahead and tap on that bell icon to get notifications every time I post a new video. Most people have decided to follow a plant-based diet because of health reasons. They can list all the known health benefits of stopping to eat meat and deciding to become vegetarian or pescatarian or vegan. But my reasons are more about ethics, my values, and my beliefs. When I was 14, this was back in 2015, I was on a serious spiritual journey. I think at that time, everyone knows that when you're 14, 15, when you're just entering your teens, this is a time when you are forming your own identity, an identity that isn't something that was given to you. Like you're trying to make your own path, make your own way, see what you truly believe is wrong or right or whatever. So I was on a serious spiritual journey and my soul was guiding me. And my soul guided me into what was then called woke culture. I was listening to a lot of Willow Smith, a lot of Jaden Smith. I was reading a lot of books that were talking about a lot of different spiritual teachings from a lot of different religions. I think another word for this type of spirituality is new age consciousness or Christ consciousness, but a lot of new age beliefs. So when I talk about being woke, I'm talking about these teachings that talk a lot about enlightenment, that talk about ascending, the importance of meditation and yoga. So all of that stuff, being woke, what was called being woke back in 2015, 16, 17, before the term Chakrahan was coined, it's all of that stuff. And with these teachings, they are quite holistic. So they won't just talk about having to pray and going to church, but they will also talk about how you have to take care of your body, your mind, and your soul, not just your soul as a thing separate from the other components of your life. They also included teachings that spoke about you and your part that you have to play within your community. And within that community comes in the animals that you live with, your environment, so the plants that are around you, the insects, and how you can be, a good part of that whole ecosystem. So the wider community, the whole world. It's not just your spiritual path as an individual that is removed from the earth. You are part of the earth. So it was about healing and dealing with yourself and being good and kind to everyone and everything around you. That year when I went to that school, I wouldn't say which school it was, but when I went to that school, my sister was there also. So that was the last year of my sister and I being in school at the same time, because she was in matric and I was in grade 8. I was 14, and I had I think the one was my physics teacher, and the other one was my mathematics teacher, and they were both vegan. I think they were both vegan, or one was vegan and the other was vegetarian. But so they played a part, but um they shared similar beliefs to my beliefs. I'm not sure what my sister's beliefs were at the time, so I'm not going to talk about that, but they shared similar beliefs to mine. So I ended up becoming a bit close to these two teachers. They were both female. Became close to these teachers. I would talk to them a lot after class, during breaks, sometimes after school, and I just felt like they honestly understood me. So we would watch videos, watch documentaries, and have long conversations about these kinds of things. And with this came in conversations about veganism and being vegetarian and eating less meat and eventually cutting off meat. So I think when you are around people who you feel understand you and you guys understand each other, it's a bit easy to influence one another. I don't want to be like, oh, these teachers influenced me, blah 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 blah, because it was my choice. A lot of it was my choice at the end of the day. All they did was expose me to the ideas that were and how they are connected to veganism. Yes. And one of the documentaries that we watched, I think, was called Earthlings, and they just show how cruel the meat industry is. It just shows the cruelty that goes behind us getting the meat that we eat, like how they slaughter their animals, and even before how they slaughter them, how they are raised in these inhumane spaces. And I think that had a huge impact on me, besides me having whatever beliefs. Just watching that and being someone who is sensitive and someone who can empathize or sympathize for other things, you can't just watch it and not feel anything. You can't just watch those documentaries and not care at all. While watching these documentaries, there was a word that was used a lot. It's sentience, the word sentience or sentient. And the animals that we eat are considered sentient. So I'm going to read the definition now. According to Merriam-Webster, a sentient being is one who perceives and responds to sensations of whatever kind, whether it's sight, hearing, touch, taste, or smell. So many people argue that plants are also sentient, which I think I'll make another video about. But so yeah, this idea of sentience, and when they bring in this idea of sentience, they show how humans are sentient beings and your dogs are sentient beings. And if you think it's okay to eat another sentient being, then anyone might as well just be eating humans, or you might as well just be eating your dog, or anyone could eat any other thing that they want to, because you're eating a sentient being anyway. So it's wild. Now that I think about this concept now, I think it's a bit weird, but that's also because my beliefs have changed now. In Jainism and Hinduism, I'm not sure if I said that word Jainism properly, but I was reading articles and books that were related to those religions. I think they're religions. Within Jainism and Hinduism, there is a concept that is related to sentience, which is called ahimsa. I'll read now. It says, in Jainism and Hinduism, sentience is related to the concept of ahimsa, which is non-violence towards other beings. So me being a meat eater was in direct conflict with these beliefs that I had. It was direct conflict. It was like, how do you believe in this but you act this way? How do you partake in an activity that is not aligned with your beliefs? It was like, hypocrite alert. Hypocrite, that is what you are, because what you're doing and what you're saying is not connected. It's doesn't go together. A third concept that tied in with all of this was the concept of energy transference. So with this concept, there's a belief that things that are in the physical world have a vibration, and whatever you bring into your space, also whatever that you eat, because it's going into your physical being, can go into your spiritual realm. So whatever I put into my physical body also becomes a part of my spiritual body. So if I'm eating animals that are stressed, that weren't even raised properly, never had any sort of happiness in their life, and I'm eating all of that sadness, all of that anxiety, all of that depression, all of that bad gunk, all of those bad and low vibrational energies, and I'm happily eating that, then I am saying that I'm happy to have a low vibrational spirit. I'm happy to have all of these bad energies in my spiritual body. And thinking about all of this and all of these concepts in my head, I was like, it's not working well together. It's honestly not working well together. Back home, my parents were already trying to feed us meat that was produced as humanely as possible. So like free range chicken, grain fed stuff, or like, yeah, like things that weren't, or that say they weren't raised and slaughtered as badly as the animals that I had seen in those documentaries that I watched at school. And we weren't eating processed meat because it's not easy to find out what's in those Viennas or what's in your French polony and all of that stuff. So I was already not used to eating processed meat. But at the time, I felt like it wasn't enough. Like I wasn't doing enough. So I did not want to support the meat industry, because I mean, the more support an industry has, the more it thrives. Supply because of demand. So I was like, okay, I know I'm not going to make much of a difference, but I'm going to stop eating meat. And I already felt like I was being a hypocrite by being a meat eater and believing the things that I did. At the same time, again, I'll say I do not know what my sister's reasons were, so I'm not speaking for her now. But at the same time, she had also decided to stop eating meat and transition into a plant-based diet. So it was easier for me to stop eating meat because I had someone doing it with me. I wasn't alone in this journey. My end goal when I stopped eating meat was to eventually live a completely vegan lifestyle, not just follow a vegetarian diet. That was my end goal. And I think you've noticed that I'm talking in past tense. That is because my beliefs have changed. It's been 6 years. I was vegetarian for 6 years, and my beliefs have changed. And like I said in the beginning of the video, this September of 2022 would have marked 7 years of me being vegetarian and pescatarian. I was vegetarian and pescatarian. I bounced between the two, but it would have been 7 years. And I'm saying would have because for about a month or so, maybe just over a month, I've been I have been eating meat again. And you're probably wondering why I've gone back to eating meat again. I'll make a video explaining all of that. So if you want to see that and you do not want to miss it, make sure that you subscribe and turn on your notifications by tapping on that bell, so that when I do post that video, you get a notification that the video is up and you can watch it. If you enjoyed this video and found it informative in any way, please let me know by pressing the like button and leaving any questions or comments in the comment section below. I will read all of them. And once again, thank you very much for watching my video.